Hey guys, figured I'd show you my knife collection today. I have some knives. I enjoy them and use them on a daily basis, so why not have more, right? So I do have a couple of stuff to show you here. I struggle immensely with knives. I struggle a lot. Struggle. What did I say? Anyway, English funny. So, this is by far, besides the one solution that I found that I think resolved my problem, this is by far the best one that I found that it's stone-like sharpening. And it has like two main stones, different grits, there's a leather little thing, it has a ceramic, and you can sharpen even fishing hooks with this. But I do have something that works way better than this. It's way bulkier, it's absolutely impossible to take with the woods unless you have a power source. But an outlet, that's what I mean. But wait a second, I'm going to show you my knives. I'm going to start a little small here. I don't know the names. I'm not a model name guy. I just like them. You probably know 90% of this. I have this little guy here that cost me like less than 10 bucks. Little piece of crap, but comes in handy sometimes when you just want to like open a little package or you don't want to use something insanely big like I'm going to show you here. Coming up on the list, I think, is this guy here, which is my neck knife. I was using it the other day. This is when I go camping or go in the woods or just go for a hike. I always take this with me. Don't take anything in the city because it's Boston, it's super urban, and it's Massachusetts. I don't want to freak anyone out here. And I lost the sheath. I went to take some thing out of a tree, some resin out of a pine, and I dropped the sheath somewhere and disappeared. So bummer. If you have an idea of how I can solve this problem easily, please help me, because I have no idea how can I make a sheath for this without spending a lot of money on gear that I don't have, or if I have to buy another one. This costs I think like $17. Probably I'm gonna have to buy another one. But anyway, next up on the list is this guy here. Is a oh, there he goes. It's a Swiss Army. This is my knife that I take when I'm fishing, and serves me well. I think got all rusty inside. Kind of hard to move the things. Next is this guy that I still want to try. Maybe if I go hunting. And you can change the blade. It comes with, this is ready for the surgery table. This is ridiculous. You can remove the thing, and if it breaks, if it gets dull, you don't sharpen it, you just remove it. It comes with a bunch of other extra blades and it costs nothing, and it seems like a very good solution for meat or for anything. If you just want to, like, maybe if you're not into sharpening at all, like if you want to have knives and don't like sharpening, maybe this is the way to go. And you can't be too brutal with this. You can't forget batoning. Look at this. This is thin. This is insanely thin. Yeah. Anyway, then I have this guy here, which is my Benchmade. I think this is a Griptilian Mini, probably, a 556. It's a good knife. I find this a little hard to sharpen. It takes a while for it to get an edge. Sharpening is probably the hardest knife to sharpen that I have. I have this Swiss Army, which is was a present from my mother, and I treasure it very, 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 very dearly. And I never use it because of it. But I think it's a tool, we must use it, right? So, but I don't want to take it in the woods because this is an important gift for me. I have, what else here is interesting? I have this guy here, which is a carving knife. It's a Mora. Do I have a model? Erik Frost, Mora, Sweden. Yeah, Morakniv, yeah, wood carving 120. It's good. I think it's a Scandinavian bevel, right? It's just one big bevel going all the way. Good knife. Getting a little rusty. Haven't used it for a while. I wish I wish the handle was a little bit bigger, but it's a good knife nonetheless. And it's a little thick too. I think it's if I could get a little bit more bevel. It's a little thick. It offers more resistance, even when it's super sharp like my others. It offers more resistance to carve than my other carving knives, the ones that has like the small blades that I have. Next is this Mora. And is this the companion? Yeah, the companion. This is the easiest knife to sharp that I have. Oh my god, I took a nick out of this. Yeah, anyway. And this is a fantastic knife. Fantastic knife. I wouldn't baton this in any way, but this is a fantastic knife. It's dirt cheap, but I highly recommend if you're just starting into knives. Again, not an expert in any level, but this is a great knife. Next in size probably is this, which is probably my most beautiful knife that I have. None of this is ridiculously expensive. Most of them are very cheap for a knife, of course. This is a Condor, and I totally forgot the model. If you want to know, let me know, and I can search on my Amazon purchases. Ridiculously sharp and most comfortable knife in the hand that I have. And this, if I'm not mistaken, is called Micardia, which is great to hold, and even when it's wet. And I'm looking forward to take this to the outdoors with me and trying it out. Then I have this guy, which is a Schrade, which is the cheapest of their fixed blade, I think. And I think maybe this is not as difficult to sharpen as this one. This is a beast to sharpen, so hard. I tried everything. Only the sharpening system that I use on the grinder solves this problem. Comes with a nice little sheath. Boom. And my last one, most ridiculous knife, and probably the more expensive in this collection, is the BK7. And this is a beast of a knife. And I have a huge complaint. I don't know about this coating, probably sort of anti-rust or something, but it makes it impossible to strike a fire steel like rod, ferrocium rod. God help me out here. And it doesn't work. It doesn't work. It just simply doesn't work. I took this out and tried it out. Not a huge fan of the handle. Not at all. The blade is pretty heavy. So after 3 or 4 good, hammering the wood, this thing wants to go flying out of your hand. So I had to do this. So if she has the fan, I have it with me. And this girl gave me a nasty cut the other day. I was putting back in the sheath, which comes with the sheath, which is not good in any way. If you're planning on hunting and getting a hunting knife, I don't know why I would get this. Maybe like a survival knife kind of thing. I don't know why you would get this. But if you decide to get it and you're going hunting, think twice, because the sheath is not molded, so it doesn't even have a side. You can put the knife in either side, and when you're walking in the woods at 6 a.m. and you if you're looking for animals or stuff like that, if you want to hear everything, this might piss you off a little bit. So there are people who made with videos and DIY sheaths for this, but good lord, it's so much work, and I never did anything with leather in my life, so I really don't want to do something from scratch for this. If you know a cheap alternative, which I'll be deeply, deeply, grateful for, I'll find a solution for this and for this. And the way that I'm using to sharpen my knives is by using the bench grinder there. I bought that this system here, which is a sorry guys, which is Grizzly razor sharp edge making system, and it has this two different grits. Literally in 20 seconds I sharpened any knife that I had. None of them had like big nicks or anything like this, but for a knife that was just like dull, it was not crazy sharp, you put them razor sharp, taking a hair of your arms like that, you can shave with it. I highly recommend. I know it sucks, you can't take with you, and it costs like $55, but I spent way more money trying to find other stones that took way longer. And if you, I don't know, perhaps if you're a guy that it's crazy about knives and have $500 knives and want them to last for the rest of your life, maybe you're gonna have to go with the stones and a lot of practice and a lot of work every time you wanna sharpen them. But if you're a guy like me that doesn't have expensive knives and you just need them sharp when you need them sharp, and you don't I don't want to spend hours and hours and hours doing anything, you can just get that thing and get your 50 knives, and in 20 minutes they are all insanely sharp. Yeah, they'll probably take a toll over time, but if you're fine with them lasting 20 years instead of 50, I think it's a good decision. And I'm saying this, but I don't know, don't get me too serious, because I got this like 2 weeks ago, but you can see that it's aggressive and ridiculously easy to use. No big deal at all. But otherwise, taken from a guy that is not good with sharpening, but did try a lot of methods, this is by far the smallest and the best one that I found. And so, I don't know, take that with a grain of salt. Guys, thank you for watching. See you in the next one.